2019, Daniel Shebeki got bit by a dog at St Albans. You
Yeah,
can see it
that
on
was
the
mine.
on the screen.
That was mine.
All time.
Yeah, that's also
On the
mine.
buttocks too.
Yeah, just randomly on the side, German Shepherd just lunged at the meat and got it. Yeah.
And I kicked it out in the full to him. So.
At trainings, probably trying to become friends with the people that were bashing me the last couple of years, I reckon. Yeah, that's a bit of a funny one.
I've only played one pracky match, but him giving away three 50-metre penalties yesterday was pretty funny.
It wasn't funny on the day, but we'll find it funny now.
Probably dislocating my finger and thinking it was dislocated for 3 months, but in fact I actually shattered my knuckle.
Funniest moment was probably a few years back. I had the ball and then I started running and I was hearing noises and my boot was snapped in half. So I had to borrow footy boots during the game.
Not me personally, but the best thing I've seen is probably someone getting tackled with their pants down and then just leaving, still undies on, which is of course G-rated, and then undies still on, but still continuing to play the game for the next, 5 minutes, not 5 minutes, but a couple of minutes at least until he got the ball back, and exactly right. And then pulling up his pants after.
Captaining the under-12s grand final, winning the toss and telling the boys we were going the opposite way to what we actually were. So that was, probably a low point in my career. I had one where I used to wear skins this is probably not appropriate at all. I used to wear skins like religiously growing up, playing footy. And then one day at school footy, I forgot my skins, so I had just undies. And some kids tackled me. It's the first time I've not worn skins ever. Tackled me, got both undies and shorts, ripped me around and my thing was out. And then found out they were filming the game on the wing where it happened.
Couldn't see anything though, so it was safe.
Yeah, they had to zoom in a lot.
You can definitely answer this one. It's probably the time where I tried to play after having a couple of wines last season. And it didn't really work for me. It didn't work at all. It was enjoyable for the rest of us. No, I'm glad you had a good time.
I've fallen over before, got heckled by the crowd. That was rough. In a final as well, so it's pretty rough.
Hearing Paddy Savage be called 50 years old multiple times.
Probably Josh O'Neill getting buried into the ground every week.
Probably when Emerson said that she had a cramp but she had a 7-centimetre tear in her calf.
I haven't got a funny moment, but my coach Michael Boothie a couple of years ago, things weren't going his way and he actually threw a tricycle on the footy field in a semi-final, and yeah, that was pretty funny. I'll never forget that.
I think going off last season, I basically fall every single game.
No one tripped me. I was near nobody. Turns out it was not graceful.
Yeah, I think when I was in under 10s, I actually was afraid of getting tackled, so I just ran to the boundary and placed the ball out of bounds.
Maybe not on the footy field. We had a pre-season camp and we had this really big fella called Rob Hard, and one of our smallest fellas, Spenny Davis, absolutely ruined him in a wrestling match.
Yesterday in a cracky match when Sienna face planted.
Forgot to put my arms out. Sometimes at training Hannah does a bit of dancing, which is always quite entertaining for someone who's quite reserved. Yeah.
Okay. It's not really mine, but I would say Hayley Cran hitting the deck every week, because that's always a highlight.
Probably Brooke falling over.
Definitely Brooke falling over on the football field.
No one was around and she was just getting back to position and fell over her own feet.
And was caught on camera, so even better. Gonna keep that moment forever.
Yeah, but you walk off and straight into something special, don't you? With your lucky game day shoes.
My Ugg boots.
She's not wearing them at the moment, but that's my favourite thing. That is absolutely my favourite thing.
Mine would probably be talking up a big game against a club that we were going to beat and missing a goal from straight in front.
There was one game we played last year against Point Cook, and I don't even know what possessed me to do this, but I tackled one of the players from Point Cook. I ran down, tackled her, and was holding the ball, and I ended up just going, "Come on!"
Mine personally would be missing a set shot 3 steps away from the goalpost.
Mine would have to be, I think, taking out my own players, going into a contest, sort of in the air.
Mine's not really on the footy field. It's kind of a little story from last year when Lee, one of our Irish boys, did his shoulder and dislocated it, and we played some music before the game and we were getting smashed, and at half time, as we were going into the rooms, he was coming out and he was on the green whistle and having a bit of a laugh. So we all walked in and having a bit of a giggle, down by 40 odd points, and Brett Jacobs just lined us up and absolutely tore shreds through us. And that was, looking back on it now, it's quite funny, but at the time I was very, very scared.
Mine's not quite that long. Mine would most probably just be going in for goal and celebrating too soon, realising it most probably went through for a behind. So
probably when we played against, I can't even remember who it was, they were really short on players and we ended up giving them like 6 of ours, and it was just like playing on our team. It was great. It was good fun.
Mine would be probably first season. It was a very muddy, slippery game, and by the end of it, we were all just doing mudslides on the field.
Travis Brown elbowing me in the head and giving me 11 stitches.
Funniest moment? Oh, maybe copping a falcon. I don't know. Not really funny, mate. Pretty serious on the footy field. Don't try and laugh too much.
There's definitely a couple. I feel like it's just always the minor things. We've actually got a couple that have been taken photos of. There's definitely been an ear in the a finger in the ear, and a ball to the head, a good old falcon.
Probably the multiple times that I've run the wrong way. Yep, that's probably me.
My embarrassment will probably be getting tackled by someone half my size.
I think I was put forward randomly one game and then I snapped a goal and I didn't know how to celebrate, and that was pretty funny.
That was very epic.
We had a practice match last night when Lockie Langwell came out onto the field. The ball was about to be thrown up and he looked down and he realised he was still wearing his runners.
Oh, it'd have to be when we played in that other league against Montmorency. I was just like, talking, and I just, yeah, they weren't having a bar of it. It's probably pretty funny.
We were losing by like 40 points and it was the best game.
Yeah, so.
I dislocated my pinky in like my first or second year, and apparently I screamed like I was giving childbirth, so that went down well.
Maybe I was playing juniors once and a dog ran on the ground. That was pretty funny, I guess.
Just watching Josh Crofton week over week struggle to get a kick on the footy field. It's usually a pretty good one.
Any encounter you have with Lockie Hill on the footy field is pretty funny.
I'll go when Alex O'Shea, she screamed out, "Leave it," when she was kicking a goal from like 40 out. It was dribbling on the ground and screamed out to everyone to leave the ball.
And it did not get left, did it?
No.
It didn't get left.
This is actually on record, but last year when we were playing against Yarraville, I just remember literally kicking the ball and just sliding right on my bum.
I tripped coming out of the club rooms last year and fell right in front of everyone.
I'd just have to say Falcons probably. There's not too much else.
Yeah, agree with that, Falcons. Our coach, whenever Danny and I link up on the field, he yells out, "Stop kicking to your Facebook, mate."
Having to carry off Shanae in her first game of netball because she rolled her ankle.
My funniest moment would have to be rolling my ankle and re-carrying me off.
I got dragged last year for kicking over the forward's head and I went for a shot outside 50. All I heard from the boundaries, "Get Danny off! Get Danny off!" So yeah, that was pretty funny.
I don't know if I can say this, but winning all season and then losing the granny by one goal.
Yeah. I got falconed 3 times in 5 minutes a couple of weeks ago, so that wasn't great. So go with that one.
Yep, and I'd have to say last year Sean Campbell against Albion forgot to shave the back of his head. He's a bald bloke, so he had a bit of a ratty for the game.
I don't know, probably just getting falconed, to be honest.
I think there was one game where we were playing I would say a rival team, and things just got a little bit hot and heavy in there. And one of the opposing teams got sent off, and Mel thought it would be a really funny idea to give her a little wave off. I don't think the umpire found it very funny because she got sent off as well, so.
Myself and Reece Ross were going for a ground ball. He elects to shepherd instead, so he leapfrogs over me to shepherd and I take off with the ball. So
I think one of the funniest moments I've had was playing a social game of netball, and I accidentally clipped one of the umpires on another court as I was running past. I didn't realise, and he rolled
and he thought a ball had hit him and it was actually me.
It's hard to pinpoint a specific moment, I reckon, but I think anytime someone gets falconed, that's probably going to be funny.
Yeah.
Sheridan, well, if she was here, she got falconed last year. That was like probably the highlight of the year. But I'm going to throw her under the bus because she ditched me.
Under 17s, smashing Williams down. They all told us to come down afterwards and get kebabs with them.
I'd probably say, I wouldn't be my funniest moment, but it was good to watch. BK kicking 2 goals in a row last year. That was pretty good.
Actually on this ground, missed from the goal line. Probably when I played for Bacchus Marsh a few years ago when a dog ran on the field and tried to bite the ball and put a hole in it.
Shit, I was one out in the goal square. I can't remember who we were playing, and all of a sudden I hear "Daddy, Daddy," and I look and my daughter's sprinting across the field, and I'm like, the ball's coming at me, didn't know what to do. So I started screaming out at my dad, who's the assistant coach. He's ran on to get her. I ran for the ball, missed it. So that's probably it. Moral of the story, go get your kid next time.
Last year, face planning and thinking I popped my boobs.